Welcome back to Mad Talks of Football, and Atalanta's defeat last night at the hands of Club Brugge has had quite significant impact on the club. Like, nobody really thought it was gonna be so serious, but after the match, during the press conference, Gasperini comes in and he basically blames Lookman for taking the penalty. According to him, he's not a good penalty taker, and he basically snatched the ball away from the designated penalty taker, and he basically missed the penalty, of course, which I said in my review as well, that was a really poor penalty, if I'm being very honest with you, and I said that in my review as well. And but Gasperini, you never really see a manager coming out and quite openly putting his star player. Let's be honest, he was their main player. He has been their main player for the last 2 years. He was the reason. He basically scored a hat-trick last year in the Europa League as well, and he has been probably their best player. Let's not kid here, for the last 2 years. So it was quite surprising to see Gasperini come out and openly criticize, openly throw him under the bus, and it was quite harsh what Gasperini said, and I was really surprised that he said all of that about him. And it was everything was on social media, and everybody was talking about it, and things started. He started received abuse as well from the Atalanta fans, and there are always concerns about racism when it comes to Italian football. And of course, Lookman is a black player, so all of that was everything was going on. And then Lookman comes in with his statement as well, where he says that I have always tried to play, the best version of myself for the club, for the players, for my teammates and the fans, and I've tried to be very good. And I've always given my 100% and everything. I'm just basically rephrasing what he meant to, what he said in his long tweet. It's on his Twitter page as well, or X, like if you want to be as official as well. And he's basically said that he's quite hurt with what has been said after the game, and the interesting thing is he has not really directly called out Gasperini, but everybody knows he's basically talking about him. And the main thing in his tweet was that the designated penalty taker himself gave him the ball. And that basically contradicts what Gasperini said, that he took the ball away from the designated penalty taker. So it is basically, at the moment, it is like his word against Gasperini's word. People are saying that you can look in the match that he was given the ball, but we don't know what the conversation was. It is really quite surprising what it is happening, and him being black is now that is also coming into consideration. It is really, it is a mess. Let's be very honest here. Like, a manager should never really come out publicly and go after one of his own players, especially after such a damning defeat. Especially when the only goal you scored was because of him. He was one of your most influential players in that game as well, and then you still decided to go ahead and criticize him. And the last 2-3 games, they have missed a couple of penalties as well. So I really don't know why he wanted to go ahead and criticize Lookman, because in my opinion it was just uncalled for, and it is quite unprofessional from on Gasperini's part. In my opinion, I don't think he should have done that. And now for Lookman to have a go at him as well, he is not. He has had a go at Gasperini in basically the most professional way, in a most respectful way as well. He has not really directly called him out, and he has not said that I am mad at my manager. And what he said is basically covered all the basics in a way that he has called the fans out, and he has called the manager out, but he has done it in such a way that you cannot really have a go at him that you basically insulted the fans or you insulted the manager. Like, it was done in a very professional way. I'm pretty sure it was not done by him. I think it was his agent or his team around him that who are the ones who put out this statement, who are the ones who worded this statement, because it was a really, really well written statement. You can literally say like it was a professional statement from his team and from his entourage, and that has really put Gasperini under a lot of pressure, because of how he reacted. I get it, the loss was a big one to take, but you expect you expect players to lose their head. You don't really expect managers to lose their head. So for Gasperini to go out and do that, and it is a complete mess. And the fact that Lookman is one of the probably like one of the most sought out strikers at the moment in Europe, with so many clubs needing a good striker up front, to have this discussion right when you are in a tighter race as well. they are like just 4 points behind Napoli in Serie A as well. And I said after in my review video that now because they are out of the Champions League, their main focus should be on trying to win the Serie A. And they would love that there are no more distractions. Now they can solely concentrate on Syria. But now with all of this coming in, how it is going to affect the team morale, how it is going to affect Lookman's performances, how is the relationship going to be between Lookman and Gasperini, it is going to be quite interesting. And will that affect their performances in Syria? They have not won in Serie A for the last 2 weeks, but last 2 weeks they have drawn. They lost in the Champions League as well. The last couple of weeks. So I think all of that has bubbled up, and I think that is why Gasperini reacted this way, and now Lookman has also responded. So it is a complete mess at the moment, and people are bringing in the race stuff and all that. So I really don't think it's a race stuff. It could be. You cannot really rule it out as well, but you cannot really blame it on the races because it is a very sensitive topic, and that's why I don't really like to talk about it until and unless it is very clear that it is it is because of the skin of his color and whatnot. But I really don't think it's a race up. I just think because the last 2 weeks have not been really good. I think just Gasperini exploded, and I think that was wrong. And then to pinpoint a single player, I think that was a huge mistake on the manager's part. It is going to be quite interesting to see how the club react. I think they have to come and they have to sort of make them up. It should be something should happen. The board of directors or somebody above from the management have to come together and sort the situation out, because it could turn out to be a very big problem for Atalanta if this fallout increases, because as I said before, it is they are still in a title race, and he is one of their most important player, probably their main player at the club, and they cannot really have your main player arguing, having a fallout with your manager right when it's the most crucial part of the season, and like 3 months to go for the season to end. And I'll be very honest with you. I think he's gonna play until the end of the season, but I will not be surprised. I've said this before when he was playing really good, when he was scoring really good, in the great form. I said this could be the last season for Lookman at Atalanta, and now with everything that has happened, I think this could possibly open a move away from Atalanta for him. He could go to one of the bigger sides in Italy as well. He could go to Germany, or he can come back to England as well. I think this really opens up the move for Lookman's, exit from Atalanta. Will it be a nice exit, winning the Serie A, or will it be a sad exit after having a fallout with his manager? It will be quite interesting to see. I really don't think Gasperini expected Lookman to put out a statement. So now everybody's eyes are basically on Gasperini's reaction. His pre-match conference for Serie A is going to be quite interesting, because of course he's going to get asked about that. So everybody's going to look at that. So it is a complete mess at the moment at Atalanta, and as the days goes by, it is gonna get even. Either it is gonna get escalated, or it could be patched up quite quickly. So, but yeah, let me know what you guys think of the entire situation. Do you think Gasperini was in the wrong here, or do you think Lookman should have stayed quiet and should not have bring it in public and just settle it with the manager? Let me in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. We are trying to get to 500 subscribers as soon as possible, so please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.